Dear learners, we are moving to the third lecture of our week 8 module 8 related with the course of marketing entitled The Art and Science of Marketing from Basics to Breakthrough. In week 8 module 8 we are discussing the pricing or formulating the pricing strategy, and the lecture 3 is devoted to understand the different pricing technique. I, Dr. Asutosh Mohan, Associate Professor at Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, BHU, would like to start the session with the session objective mentioned as first, which is understand the different pricing techniques and when to apply them, and the second one is to understand the price calculation using cost and margin formula, which is a kind of calculation, the mathematical calculation which companies need to do. Let's start with a story, a real story. Boat's pricing formula. What is Boat's pricing formula? Indian startup Boat, they entered into a crowded market of earphones dominated by global players. Not many global players having presence in this market. So instead of competing on the premium specs, say to Bose or Apple or Sony or something like that, they offer trendy designs with decent quality at highly competitive price using a cost plus market benchmark approach. And very quickly they gained a great success at Indian market. Now they are trying to be part of, or they are claiming as a quality producer with a premium price also. To enter a market, they started with one kind of pricing technique. When they established themselves, now they are trying for another kind of pricing techniques, and they are getting success in their efforts. So what's the learning with the story of Boat? Massive scale and youth loyalty, that is what driving force behind the success of Boat, where they understand the perceived value, the scale which they can learn, which they can earn in youth or among youth, and accordingly they projected themselves as a good quality with the best possible price and conquered the market. This is an approach which we need to understand. So let's start with the different pricing technique. The first one, the cost plus pricing technique. Now what is cost plus pricing technique? There is a formula, a very clear cut formula, the total cost plus fixed markup. So whatever the total cost you are having, just add the fixed markup, say 20%, and by adding the same you will reach to a specific number, and that is bound to be your price of the product. It seems to be very simple. It ensures a sufficient margin which you decide as an objective of your pricing, and it is usable in manufacturing and wholesale industry. The example may be the local furniture stores, the small scale clothing brand. They simply add up their total cost, then what amount of margin they want to earn, adding that, and they are offering same in a beautiful manner. So technically it's simple, but practically to apply this model in a competitive world on a larger scale will be a difficult proposition. Theoretically good, practically little difficult. Markup pricing, another technique. This is based on cost. Cost as a percentage of selling price. Now what is markup? Markup is selling price minus cost divided by cost. So selling price is 100, the cost is 80, divide by cost 80, whatever the figure comes, that is what the markup you are looking for. So this markup pricing is beautifully utilized by the grocery and retail chains like Big Bazaar, Smart Bazaar, D-Mart, and they used to go for certain kind of concept which is very popular in hypermarkets, the retail market, and actually coined by Walmart, EDLP. EDLP. It means everyday low price. So they assure the lowest possible price, not a one day affair, but every day they are offering the same with their markup pricing technique. Target return pricing. Target return pricing means setting price to achieve a desired return on investment. That is what ROI you are looking for. How much returns you are expecting on your investment. How can you calculate? There is a formula. Unit cost plus ROI multiplied by invested capital divided by the estimated sales volume. Just put the different factors, whatever ROI you wish to have, put it there, what amount you invested, put it there, calculate your unit cost of operation, that is what you need to understand, and what is the estimated sales volume. If you put all these things together, you will come up a price which is good to go for. So sometimes this technique, target return pricing technique, used to be adopted by the automobile industry or capital goods producer like tractors or something like this. So this is another pricing technique. Next one is break-even pricing. Now break-even pricing, already we discussed the break-even point. The break-even point means the point above which the chances of profits are there, below which the chances of losses are there. Not to say chances, but a certainty. So above which the certainty of profit, below which the certainty of losses. So new age company, the new venture companies also try to calculate the break even point to find out their resource capability, and accordingly they try to find out the possible price tag for their product. So it is used to calculate how many units need to be sold to cover the total cost and how quickly they can achieve the same by selling that much of unit, and accordingly they have to calculate the price of their offer. So this is very beautifully used by the startup, calculating early profitability threshold and accordingly deciding the viability of their venture altogether. Value based pricing, that is very good technique to understand the customer value perception. What customer is actually willing to pay for, how value is perceived, not the cost element which organization is calculating. So higher the value perceived, it means higher the chances of earning more and more profit. So if value perception is good, you are able to create a kind of distinctive image. Don't you think you enjoy the benefit of charging the premium? Why we are paying higher price of coffee in Starbucks to have the Starbucks experience? That's what the value perception is, and that's what the craze to go to Starbucks and have an experience. This is what the value pricing we need to understand. Then there are other pricing techniques. Some other pricing techniques in terms of going rate pricing. What exactly going rate pricing is? Going rate pricing means whatever the market is charging. Market is charging means whatever the competitor is charging. That is what going rate pricing technique is. Now going rate pricing technique is good to go for bigger organization, where they simply try to find out the price of the competitor product. But just imagine if a small or a micro organization try to match the price tag of a big competitor, a big organization, large organization as a competitor, can they survive? So going rate price is having its own beauty, where you need to understand the market dynamics and the competitors' policies in terms of understanding the value perception of the market. But it's not absolutely a technique to go for by every organization. The same thing which we witnessed in the earlier pricing techniques. If we talk about the cost plus pricing technique, as I mentioned, those were very simple, easy to calculate, gives a specific figure. But reaching on that figure and then simply putting a price tag with that figure is not an easy exercise. It requires lot many other considerations. And if you ignore those consideration and simply rely on your scientific calculation, then possibly you are missing the art of deciding the price. So it need to be a combination of art and science. That's what the essence of the course which we have in our consideration. So going rate, good for big organization, where they are trying to match the price of the product as per the market offering. Next one is auction type pricing. Now what is auction type pricing? This is again one of the pricing technique which is having the different versions. We may have English auction, we may have Dutch auction, we may have sealed bid auctions, and we may have two-part bidding also. What exactly this is? If we talk about the English auction, where we keep on finding the rates are on the ascending order. We must be witnessing those kind of auction, say the players auctions in IPL, something interesting which many of us used to watch. So whatever the price, 1 crore for player X, 1 crore 1, 1 crore 2, 1 crore 3. Before speaking the 3, if some other party say 1.1 crore for player X, then it will again goes 1.1 crore 1, 1.1 crore 2, or it keeps on moving until it reaches to the final when no one is claiming further, and that will be the final price. This is what English auctions are. Now what about the Dutch auction? Just opposite of the English auction, where they decide the maximum is, for example, in the same IPL auction, if you go with the Dutch and you are saying for player X, the maximum amount is fixed 5 crore rupees. Now whosoever is giving less, and accordingly they are moving in a descending order, and there must be certain threshold where there is a stop, and accordingly the price of the product used to be fixed. What about the sealed bid? Usually what we find in our tenders, the open tenders, the different vendors keep on submitting their bids. They submit the bids in terms of technical details, they submit the bid in terms of price, and whosoever is having the lowest quotation of price, that is called L1, they are getting the contract. This is what sealed bid is. Now this sealed bid is having another version which is getting more popular, where we are talking in terms of two-part bidding. Now what is two-part bidding? Two-part bidding is similar to the sealed bid, but sealed bids are having two separate components. The first component which talks about the technical specification. So as per the tender requirement, the vendors submit the technical details, and the buyer used to have the certain threshold for each particular technical detail. The buyers or group of individual at buyers organization, the expert rather to say, they evaluate each and every technical specification based on the threshold decided, and then they qualify the certain vendors who are actually offering above the threshold limit of technical specification. Suppose 10 vendors submitted the bids. Out of 10, 5 only qualified with who are having the above technical specification than the minimum required. 5 disqualified because they are not matching with the technical specification or the threshold of those technical specification. So now these 5 are qualified for the second round, and in second round the price bids are going to be open. These price bids are submitted at the first go itself, not after the qualification or disqualification. It is submitted at the first go, but it is going to open in the second round. Out of 10, 5 qualified. Now these 5 qualified vendors price bid is going to open, and whosoever is having the lowest price will call as L1 and get the contract. So this seems to be more scientific, this seems to be more calculated, this seems to be more accurate in terms of fulfilling the requirement, and this is again one of the mechanism to establish the price of the offer. So in summary, what we learn? We learn the different pricing techniques that translate business strategy into actionable pricing. Some very theoretical, some very practical, and we have to have combination of those. Not one size fits all, industry, strays and brand matter. That is what we need to understand, and that is what I highlighted for different pricing techniques and their suitability or most suitable for different kind of industry. Cost plus value plus competitive contest, these 3 are added, then only we can have a sound pricing, where the cost component added with the customer value perception and then competitive contests are also included, then only we can have a sound pricing strategy to go for. So post session assignment, as usual in my course altogether, think and answer. Have you ever seen 2 identical product priced differently at 2 stores? Why do you think that happens? Do you accept that particular differentiation? Do you try to identify the reason? Just think and answer. If you have further interest, read the article in Investopedia, Pricing Methods Simplified. This is a very good article to understand the details of pricing. Thank you again for your time and energy. Next session, we will talk about how to adapt as per the requirement of market in our pricing. Thanks again.